Hey guys, so I'm just making this video to kind of put out a disclaimer. Essentially, just want to say you can see there's restructure to the channel, and we are going to continue Starlight Shadows as a podcast. But I'm putting this disclaimer out saying that a lot of the things we're going to be talking about in this episode aren't really going to be that relevant anymore. Probably we talk about like the Skeleton Crew trailer, and I actually really enjoyed Skeleton Crew the show. But you'll probably hear me talk a bunch of crap about the trailer because these were done a long time ago. So obviously the relevance isn't really there. The reason I'm putting these out is because Josh gave me his time, and I just wanted to make sure that his time wasn't wasted and that these actually still got out there, and then we can continue on with the new stuff once Josh and I are back together. That'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, a lot of changes going on with the channel right now. Bear with me. We're getting it caught up. Thank you for your time. So we saw Alien Romulus last night, and I thought it was a really good experience. I'm very thrilled with the movie. Went back to basics, very simplistic, and also just like I said last night to you, great balance between like it's a great horror film for everybody, but if you've been invested in the Alien franchise the whole time, there's a lot of great nuggets in there for you as well, which I just thoroughly appreciated. I know you liked it as well, right? So, or loved it, actually, as a matter of fact, which you saw the IMAX version today, which we didn't see last night.
Yeah, I just got out of the IMAX version. It really enhanced the movie. You know, I really felt like I was one with the movie when I watched it.
One with it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whatever, that stupid ad you always get beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge Alien fan. I'm even a fan of Prometheus and Covenant. And this was just a sweet little reminder of how good the series can be.
Yeah.
Was Alvarez, is that his last name?
Fede Alvarez, yeah. I'm a huge fan
Alvarez,
of his.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the Don't Breathe shows, but his Evil Dead remake sequel, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is fantastic. And the fact that he did, like, Alien and Evil Dead are really big horror franchises for me, and the fact that he like did these perfect little movies for both of them. Yeah, the man has my applause, very much so. The aliens are just incredible. Everything about, like, I have like one gripe with the movie, and it's a crowd pleaser. You already know my gripe. But every time I'm in the theater, people clapped when it happened. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm jaded and evil and hate fun things. But God, I hated one line in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think you know the line.
Yeah, I think so. But either way, it was just fantastic to see. Like, it was just such a return to form, and I think it did what Prey did for the Predator franchise. You know, in a lot of ways.
Did you see that tweet?
No.
So Alvarez and the guy who did Prey are friends, and he's like, we'd be down to do an AVP movie.
Oh, the AVP tweet. Yes, that's right. Him and Trachtenberg. That's right. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I did see that actually, and that looked. That sounds pretty cool to me. Doing like they were talking like maybe doing like a part 1, part 2 situation where one would direct one, the other one would direct the other, which I thought, yeah, that sounded really neat. So, yeah, I mean, you know, seeing as how this kind of thing has worked, like, you know, going back to the simplicity of the franchise for both Prey and Alien, not that it's the same thing, but it just really harkens home the point I was trying to make about Star Wars just needs to do like a New Hope style movie again, like something simple. They need one of those. I really believe that. It just like the simple space adventure again, like what that first one did, and I think it would really work. And not one that's setting up anything else, because you can end New Hope and you're good. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like it at the time, people were good with that ending. You know, it was like just a simple space adventure film. And you really need to do that with Star Wars. And I mean, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but one would only hope that is what Mando and Grogu is going to be, you know, is smaller scale and back to basics. But we'll see. I mean, and then I guess that's a good segue into D23, because that trailer leaked. We are going to talk about the leaked trailers, and the only reason I decided to do that is because I found out at D23 they pretty much wanted these things to get leaked because they let people have their phones out, and I watched go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's actually funny. I was reading a thing on this. Did you know you are legally obligated, if you have a Disney Plus free trial, to leak that trailer?
Is that true? Or are you trying to tie that in as a joke to something else that happened recently?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So...
it's just an alleged thing I heard. I don't know. But,
okay.
I don't know. Yeah. You know me, I'm allergic to facts.
Gotcha. All right. So, loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear. Anyway.
I wonder how many of these I'm going to make tonight. Count, kids.
A lot of misinformation going around about that, but they did do something really stupid. But we won't dive into that completely here. I will say, though, that starting with The Mandalorian and Grogu, just to segue into that, that one I liked. I thought was pretty good. It was, we didn't really get to see a lot. What I will say is, like, it did look like a simple space adventure, so I'm hoping it sticks with that. Obviously, there was some fan service there. A certain character that we know popped up in the trailer.
If we're going to get into it, we can say who it is. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess so. If you guys haven't seen it, if you guys don't want to know, just skip ahead, but a little bit. But yeah, Zeb, was in the trailer, which that was cool.
Bro, that got leaked like minute one. Like,
yeah, no, it's like leaked.
Trailer was shown.
Not
2 minutes later, Zeb is in the movie.
I was just saying because not everybody looks at the leaks, because they want to wait for an actual whatever. But either way, I guess we'll dive in. Zeb's in the trailer, which is makes sense that he'd be in at some point. Obviously, they set him up in season 3 of Mando, so it's not like it's the first time we've seen Zeb either. So. But yeah,
he was in an episode. He was showing at that bar.
Yeah, which it kind of does go into my theory. Like Grogu and Mando, they're chilling, and then the rebellion recruits him for a job, and I think that job is probably going to go to find Sabine and Ahsoka, get them back home. That's my guess. It's been a minute.
He says in the trailer, though, it's like I do simpler jobs now because I have my apprentice with me.
Something along those lines. Yeah. The audio was very hard to hear, to be fair. But it was definitely along those lines.
I know. He definitely called him his apprentice. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I think he says I do some. I'm more picky about my jobs now, or something.
Right. I do think they're hiring him to go get Ahsoka and Sabine. That's my guess, but we'll see.
You know what it could be? Fan theory. Let me.
Yeah.
Spitball.
Sure.
Pitch. Okay, so he's in his little ranch house with Grogu, teaching him the ways to be a Mandalorian. Empire shows up like, hey, we need you to do this. And he's like, I'm not going to. I'm helping this kid, Then they go, listen, when you sign up for a free trial for Empire Plus, you're legally obligated to do this.
Okay, so, yeah. Pushing past that a little bit.
It's a good idea. I think it would work for a story.
I guess.
Something the Empire would do.
Yeah. I had a feeling it was going there. So.
No, you didn't. I'm very funny and very clever.
No. I felt like you were going to make a joke.
No. I treat Star Wars very seriously.
Anyway. So, yeah, certain things. But anyway, I will say that I did enjoy. The Walker stuff looked pretty cool. They probably wouldn't have been able to do that on the TV show, honestly. At least, not that many walkers.
Okay. I thought there was one in season 1.
No, they could do a walker, but I don't think they had the budget to recreate that many in one setting. So it did look like they had a movie budget. So I think that was all this trailer was really showing us is we got a movie budget now, so we're gonna do some bigger things. But again, I'm good with that as long as it just stays within just one simple adventure. I don't need this thing to be convoluted, like season 3 was of Mando. I want it to go back to 1 and 2.
I'm going to do a weird reference, but you may know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do you remember how they did The Hobbit in 3 movies?
Yes.
Do you remember how they did that wonderful little fan edit called There and Back Again?
Yes, actually.
And it was literally condensed to one movie?
Yes.
There you go. Give me Mandalorian There and Back Again.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, that's, I think, the idea here. I think that's why they decided to go with the movie instead of a season 4, is because they probably looked at the scripts and they were like, we're going to run into the same issue we did with season 3. Which is stretching something out, like when we don't really have material, and then you get Jack Black and Lizzo. So they probably were.
That's my favorite episode.
I doubt that, but that's not. There's no way.
No, every time I go, I'm having a rainy day. I just go, you know what? I'm going to put on this wonderful episode.
I don't know.
Isn't it funny how Grogu ate those fish? Eats fish in that one.
Sure. Everybody's different, Josh. Some people like Jack Black and Lizzo in Star Wars. Some people don't. Some people like to dance around at a mix and burn machine and say whoopee. I mean, we have different people in this world. So
Yeppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta throw that Star Wars reference in there. You gotta get a little Anakin in there. But no, I'm serious. So like, there's 2 types of people in this world. People that enjoyed the episode with Jack Black and Lizzo.
That's very true.
And then people who and then people who enjoy actual good content.
Well, I won't endorse that statement, but I won't endorse that there are 2.
My God, I'm going in hard on Lizzo. What am I, Eminem?
Anyway, so
that was a good joke.
I know, but
come on, that was a free joke.
I know, but I okay, very good. I'm sure the people at home laughed at it. I'm sure you got a laugh.
No one's watching this.
We get a fair amount of viewers. Fair.
Yeah.
And
it's called our moms.
I don't think my mom watches this show. I don't think she knows I do a Star Wars
show. Mom doesn't either.
Okay, I was going to say.
I told my mom I was doing a Star Wars show, and she just said, I have one son now. And I thought that was kind of hard.
That is a little, that's pretty gangster. Not going to lie.
She prefers my brother who does the Battlestar Galactica show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, that's the real son.
Gotcha. All right. Anyway, yeah, maybe one day we'll talk some Battlestar, but one day. Anyway, I thought this trailer was fine. Didn't really.
It's a good show.
What, Battlestar? Yeah.
It's way better than episode with Lizzo and Jack Black.
I'll give you that. Anyway,
and it's where what's her name got her big breakout.
Sackhoff.
Katie. Yeah. She got her big breakout on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And before that, she was in a little movie called Pitch Black.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I heard they're doing another one, another Riddick.
I don't think they are anymore.
Okay.
If I remember, if I remember, he's in hot water about something.
Oh, well, he's always in hot water about something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something came out about him, and that just kind of halted everything. If I remember right, I don't know. I don't really go on the
right.
r/Reddit forums on Reddit.
It sounds
read all
right.
the Reddit.
It sounds right. I mean, that last Fast and Furious barely made it out because of him being in hot water. So I mean, it sounds about right. If they didn't change directors, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, because the last guy was sick of them. But anyway, not to get into Vin Diesel drama, but podcast for another time, maybe.
It's what the fans are coming for. They want our hot takes on Van Diesel. Yeah.
I definitely got some. But I will say this trailer didn't give us much. Josh, did you like the Mando and Grogu trailer?
It was fine, I guess.
Yeah, it was fine.
Like it didn't give me much. Like I'm like, okay, it's basically what I thought it would be.
Which is good, though.
Like,
to be fair, that is good. It's like it's good that it is what you think. It's like it's not.
My God, where are our manners?
Yeah.
The post credit to the trailer, the little tag scene at the end.
I forgot.
Grogu was all the Baba Fricks.
Oh yeah, the Baba Fricks.
He said like a room full. He said a droid head filled with Baba Fricks, and
yeah,
I'm sure someone was happy about that.
Yeah, somebody. Anyway, I will say that.
When are Porgs coming back? I'm sick of Baba Frick. When are Porgs coming back? Those were the stars.
Yeah, I don't know. When
the Magic Grogu was a Porg?
Yeah, when Rian Johnson does another one.
Money.
Maybe.
Oh, he doesn't own Porgs.
I know, but he would probably be the one to do it. That's my point. I'm
pretty sure Disney knows fans have been waiting for the Porgs to come back.
No, I think that they should. You know, fans like the Porgs.
I don't think you need Ryan for that. I think
you don't. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying that might be when.
Good. Well, they should do it quicker.
I agree.
They should do it quicker.
I agree. I like the Porgs.
I don't know why it takes. I don't know why he's the Porg wrangler.
I don't either. So he created them. That was the only thing. Anyway. Yeah, so okay, it was fine. Yeah, it was exactly what we thought it was going to be, which I think is good. Probably right now they need to play it safe. They could use a safe one. Let's be honest. Right about now. So anyway, also the exciting one to me was Andor. I mean, that was the most exciting trailer, even though that one didn't give us much. It still looked consistent with this first season, so I was very happy about that. I'm not really nervous. I mean, it seems like they're pretty confident in their, because they confirmed, I guess people were like running this as a headline, even though this news has been out there forever, that like every 3 episodes is gonna like cover a year's time. It's going to be like the 4 years leading right into Rogue One. Like, I don't know why people were surprised by that with Andor. But
bro, that's the weirdest thing, because that happens a lot. Because I remember when Blumhouse got the rights to Halloween, they announced they're doing a Halloween trilogy. And then Halloween Kills came out, and people were like, oh, so they're going to do another one? I thought this was supposed to be the last one.
Right. I hate that.
I remember hearing that from everyone. I'm like, they've been saying for years they're doing a trilogy. That's always been the plan.
Actually, speaking of that actually happened with Star Wars in another way too recently. So you just reminded me to bring this up as well, because I did want to read this thing. Anyway, I'll keep talking though.
Oh no, I got a little conjecture for you, if you want.
What is it?
Did you see Borderlands?
I did not. I hear it's pretty bad.
So you didn't see it? Yeah, neither did anybody else.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, it's doing abysmal.
And I heard the few that did not like the film.
No.
Which it looked bad. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it also came out, like 10 years too late?
Yeah. It came out like 10 years too late, which I was told that's like Eli didn't even direct it really. They kind of pulled it.
Yeah, he did part of it and left. Oh, here's a fun trivia. The guy who wrote Last of Us,
the
TV show, and did Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he co-wrote it?
Yeah, Craig
and then
Mazin.
He left.
Craig Mazin.
Yeah. So if you look on the poster, they use a pseudonym instead of his actual name. So it's written by Eli Roth and then a fake name.
Well, he didn't want his name on it. That's what I heard. Yeah.
But I just think that's funny. Like, if you get the poster, like,
hilarious.
there's a made-up person on it.
Yeah. There's like an actual, like, this is kind of a tangent, but there's like an actual, like, pseudonym that they use, like, frequently.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
It's a different one they use for this one. It's...
Okay.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. I think that got retired.
Okay, yeah, I think so too, because people caught on is what happened, and they finally caught on to it. But there was one that like Hollywood recycled for like multiple projects.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name.
I don't remember that either. That was the funniest thing to me when I found that out. Though I was like, I'd never noticed that.
It's a goofy name too.
It is. It's like I mean, it was like it's not this, but it was like John Smith or something. Like it was in the same vein of that. Yeah. Like, anyway, I can't really find the story that I was looking for, but we could still run over part of it. I mean, well, anyway, so let's go back through D23 here. Anyway,
hold on. Before we get back to the D, I'm Googling. I need to know this name.
Okay. That's fine.
The people used. Let's see, Tim makers. What pseudonyms do screenwriters use when they disavow a project? Alan Smithy.
That's right.
Yeah, Alan Smithy. And then Borderlands has a different one.
Yep.
Things like Joseph Crobber's Notch or something like that.
Yeah, but now,
there you go.
that one will get, that new one, though, it'll get recycled like over and over again now. Yep. That's, yeah.
There's some guy at the Red Box like, that's the guy that wrote the Borderlands.
They'll do that shit too, though, for marketing. Like, they will. Like, they'll be like, from the guy who brought you Borderlands. It's like, God. Anyway, moving on or just staying with the Andor thing really quick. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Andor trailer.
I don't really have too many thoughts on it. All right, so I have a number one concern. I have a very big concern.
Yeah.
I sense something in the Force.
Okay.
I know it's going to happen. I know I'm going to be upset. Skarsgård's character, his name's eluding me.
Oh,
no, it's legit. Skarsgård's character, whose name's eluding me.
Luthen Rail.
Luthen.
Yep.
Yes. I am begging you. I am pleading with them.
Don't make him a Jedi.
Do not make him a secret Jedi. Don't make him a secret Jedi. Let his kid be someone that got killed during the Order of 66. Literally anything other than himself being a Jedi. Because that just takes away from Rogue One. Because there was a Jedi back there too.
I understand that was like a theory going around when season 1 was out, but was there anything in the trailer that alluded that to you that made you want to bring that up?
Not that, but okay. I mean, this is the final season, so if they're going to do it,
it's gonna happen this season.
Yeah, nothing in the trailer I don't know. These spoilers, my views on the D23 trials. None of them really got the blood pumping. I just didn't.
Oh, I thought Andor.
Okay, it's fine.
The Andor score got me. That was the thing. Not the visual stuff, but the score in the trailer is what got me. Hearing that original score again, just made me go, "Yes, this is what I'm looking for." Not to mention, I watched that one after Skeleton Crew, so it was I needed that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but we'll get into Skeleton Crew, I guess. But Andor, I'm very excited for. So Skeleton Crew, I was holding out hope, man. I really was for this one. And to be fair, in this case, we are the minority on this time around. I mean, people are giddy about this. I've seen so many great reactions to this thing. People are super hyped, super excited. Yeah.
It's funny, you say that in the back of my head, I just hear, and then it came out.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll see what happens once it comes out. However, I'm not one of them that was stoked.
It reminds me of back in the 80s, there was this D&D cartoon for children where real life children they rode a roller coaster that sucked them into the D&D world. And this feels like that with Star Wars. These are just average children that got brought into the Star Wars universe. Yes, I know one has Cyclops goggles and they're aliens from the Star Wars series. I'm aware they're not actual normal kids sucked in, but it just has that feel. It feels like someone went, so we have the Star Wars IP and Stranger Things is popular, right?
Yeah.
I have an idea. And we'll say it's like Goonies because people like Goonies.
Yeah. I have comments on that, which I'll get into in a minute, but yeah, I watched this thing and it's genuinely just the trailer anyway was not for me. And that's not to say it looks like a complete train wreck. I just mean it genuinely looks like a show, well made or not. That's just not for me. You know what I mean? That's genuinely what I mean by that. It's even if it is well made, it just doesn't look like it's going to appeal to me. Yeah.
Yeah, just a crowd pleaser.
it looks targeted toward younger people. Like, let's be honest, it does. And I mean, maybe given if I get more the Jude Law character in the next trailer, maybe it can win me over, because then I could see like the adult side of it. But as far as like right now, like again, even at the show, like everything is like, if it hits the target audience that it's going for, great. It's just not for me. And I think that's probably better than like Acolyte, where it's like Acolyte looked like it was supposed to be for me and ended up not being. Like with this, there's like less disappointment, I think. You know what I mean? Because at least with this, it's like from the trailer, we know it's just not for us, like, so if it doesn't hit with us, there's no disappointment. You know what I mean? It's like we kind of figured it wasn't going to, at least.
Well, and on the more optimistic side, I remember when the Andor trailer came out.
Yeah.
And just the idea of a show based around Cassian Andor, I thought was just boring and lame. And then I watched it. It was really good. It's one of the best Star Wars things I've seen.
Well, I'll say this. I also agree.
So, who knows?
Well, I agree that the premise of an Andor show, like, definitely didn't sound like it'd be interesting. But when the trailer hit, it did look really good. Like, for me, that was like what sold me, was the trailer for Andor. But yeah, this one not so much. I was gonna pull it up. We're not gonna watch it. We're just gonna like run through some shots here, just because, at least briefly, just because I did want to comment on some things. And
yeah.
I will say this though, to the show's benefit, I am happy it's something different. At least for Star Wars. I will say that. Like, it does look different for Star Wars, but all right, so let me just play some shots here, because yeah, like I said, there are some points I wanted to bring up just from the get-go. So immediately, the biggest it's buffering, give it a second. So one of the biggest like comments that I've been hearing, and I want to kind of point this out here, is like I see people react to this trailer and they get right around here and they're like, it looks like if Steven Spielberg made Star Wars. No, it does not. I'll explain why right now. If Steven Spielberg made Star Wars, this would look like Star Wars. That's just it. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is what it feels like if Spielberg made Star Wars. This looks like somebody who, and this is no insult, if this is what they're going for, that's great. But what this actually looks like is somebody who wants to be like Steven Spielberg made Star Wars, not if Steven Spielberg himself made Star Wars. Let's be very clear about that. I'm not insulting this, I'm just telling you what it actually feels like. For the folks that have said that this feels like Spielberg made Star Wars, it does not feel like Spielberg made Star Wars.
It feels like something for a Spielberg vibe, but not the man himself.
Exactly, yes, exactly, because Spielberg would actually make Star Wars if he was hired to do one. These houses wouldn't look like our houses, or this street wouldn't look like our street, if Spielberg made it. So let me just be clear about that, and that's my opinion of it anyway. And again, that's not an insult. I think that this is what they're going for. So again, it's just not for me. I was hoping it'd be more like if Spielberg made Star Wars, and that's not what we got. I mean, this classroom looks like a classroom, like our classroom, which irritates me. So this was interesting too. I wanted to back it up here. It's buffering so much I might not be able to get it. I don't know why it's doing this, but let me try to just lower the quality really quick and see if that's gonna help it. There, 480. There we go. Still not doing shit. Either way, that John Watson, Christopher Ford, where it said that I found that interesting, and I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. That makes me a little bit nervous, because I don't remember like Christopher Ford being part of the announcements when this was announced. Like, not that I know anything about Christopher Ford. I'll tell you why it makes me nervous. Because I remember this pitched as the John Watts Star Wars show, like fully his. And you remember Rise of Skywalker, where it was like it was supposed to be J.J. Abrams' movie, but then it like turned into that thing where it was J.J. Abrams and oh god, what's that guy's name? Chris Terrio. Remember?
Alan Smithy.
Yeah, exactly. But it became like the J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio project all of a sudden. And you were like, wait a minute, when did that happen? You know what I mean? And this kind of felt, when I saw that in the credits, I was like, that kind of feels
Robert,
like
what?
that.
What's his name?
Hang on.
Robert what?
It wasn't Robert. It was, gosh damn it. Christopher Ford.
Christopher Ford. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is, but my point is it just makes me nervous. Like they had to get like a second writer to clean it up or something, or you know what I mean? It had that vibe to me.
Oh, he's done things I like.
That's good.
Well, I double check.
Like what? Like as a writer or director? Or...
so I'm looking to see what he's done on it. So he is a writer for, good lord, a writer for Spider-Man Homecoming and The Clove Hitch Killer.
See, that's neat because he's worked with Watts before on something that he's made, you know. So that's good.
Oh, he also did that Chaos Walking movie with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, that was not good. But I think that got completely like rewritten after. You know what I mean? Like I think that was like, to be fair, like I don't think that original script even made it. Like, so if that was his script initially, he got the credit. I don't think that was actually his script. I think it got completely rehauled.
Do you remember the short film for Clown?
No.
That Eli Roth later on turned into a movie?
Oh, the Eli Roth one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. He wrote Clown, and then he wrote the feature-length version.
See, that
was for fun.
That's the thing about this. Like, everybody working on it, it's good. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff works.
Yeah.
And I will say, so once we get around here, though, in the trailer, this is the other part I wanted to bring up. The production does look very good. I mean, it looks very good for a show. Once you get here, I didn't love the earlier stuff, and let me point something else out about this earlier stuff too. This is something that's been irritating me. It's been going on with like all the shows. They seem very insistent on using a ton of white. And this is a problem for me. Like I'm going to tell you right now, if Steven Spielberg actually did make this, there'd be stuff going on outside these backgrounds. You know what I mean? They'd be busy.
I feel like they're doing it because to give that Imperial feel, but I feel like
but it's not really.
Gunmetal Gray would probably do that way more, like Prison Gray.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's too white. You know what I mean? And like when you looked at the Imperial stuff in like A New Hope, for example, like all of that just looked very lived in, and I don't think that they're getting the effect that they're going for. And I feel like all the shows have had this problem across the board, even Ahsoka a little bit. And I loved Ahsoka. Even some of the stuff in that had that same issue for me from a visual standpoint. I don't know why they insist on it. I think it's just cheaper to do it that way because they use that volume stage.
Probably.
But it's not, we're losing something with that. I just, in case anybody at Lucasfilm is listening and has any pull in the visual department, we're losing something with that. I'm just letting you know right now. It's not a huge deal, but man, every time I see it, it kind of bugs me. But this stuff, all this production, man, I will say this, it looks very good production wise. Like it looks expensive. This does not look like the usual volume stuff. This looks like something I would see in a theater, production wise anyway. And I guess that was
What's going on with that little owl man.
Yeah, I know. I saw this guy kind of looks like the Wolfman, which is dope, by the way.
The Wolfman is supposedly in it.
Is this really him? Yeah,
they brought him back. Yeah.
Are you serious?
At San Diego Comic-Con, there is a life-size Wolfman with the rest of the skeleton crew.
Okay, well,
he's back. That species is back.
There's things to be excited about. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this owl man.
I like it. Does he have a little suit?
I like it too.
Looks like he has a little suit.
I like it too. Look, if I end up liking these guys, I'll buy toys. You know, it's like that's the thing.
I know you're buying the Wolfman no matter what.
Yeah. I do love the production behind it though. Like it actually looks pretty good production wise. It's just the tone of it.
I do have I guess it's kind of an annoying gripe to do, but I do have one.
Go ahead.
So the show is called Skeleton Crew, right? And not one single skeleton has been shown.
There was one skeleton in the trailer.
Is there a skeleton? Oh my god, I guess I didn't pay attention.
There was actually a skeleton in the trailer.
I'm sending you...
I just passed over it, sorry.
I'm sending you the creatures at San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay, sweet.
I just sent it over.
Wait a second. It's loading. There's your skeleton.
Oh my golly gosh darn.
Told you. And then there's Jude Law, which again, I will say, like, it's cool to have like somebody of his caliber in this thing. But yeah, again, I think for me it just kind of came down to the tone of it. Like, I just needed more. I
really wish he wasn't a Jedi.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like,
get away from Jedi.
It's that thing though too. It's like, how many of these guys really survived Order 66? You know what I mean? Like,
right? Because it's like, oh man. A lot of Jedi just running around for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, where was he in the original trilogy? Because I'll tell you this, he ain't that young. I mean, so yeah, that is odd that he's a Jedi. One of the things I did like, so I'll run over. They interviewed Jude Law recently. Who knows jack about Star Wars, by the way, but that's just throwing that out there. But I will say this.
Then they told me. They said, you're like a samurai.
To be fair,
with
though,
a light sword.
To be fair, though, they gave him like a question.
I went, incredible.
To be fair, though, they gave him like a question he had no idea the answer to, because he just doesn't know the lore that well, and he was like, clearly I didn't read the briefing that they gave me. So he admitted, he was honest about it, like that, you know, he's being fed this stuff and he has no idea. Yeah, outside the original trilogy, I don't think he could tell you anything about Star Wars. But anyway, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to know it to be good in it.
I'm going to do a quick plug real quick. If
go
you
ahead.
Mind.
Yeah, sure.
All right. We're all Star Wars fans. We're all out of shape. We all love sodium.
Yeah.
Right?
Diet Mountain Dew?
No. Funyuns ramen flavor is like the most addicting thing I've ever had.
I don't think I've had it. I'll try it. I'm sold.
It just came out. Like, literally just came out. It tastes like ramen. It tastes like Funyun.
I'm sold.
I'm doing that because I'm very hungry, because I haven't eaten that much. I'm sneaky eating them.
I'm totally sold, honestly. So anyway, so they asked him, though, one of the things I did like about his answer about his character in particular is he did say his character, well, he we might not be able to trust him. Like, he's kind of unreliable. So when he says he's a Jedi, I'm thinking in my mind, maybe he's actually not. Like, maybe there's some extra trickery going on there to, you know, fool the kids that he is a Jedi.
I would totally accept if they did the thing they did with Blaze's friend and
who's Blaze?
Donnie Yen's character.
Oh,
Blaze
okay.
in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Donnie Yen's character.
Yep.
If this dude like literally found a dead Jedi's gear and he goes, I'm going to pretend to be this kind of a joke.
I love that. I hope that's how they do it. That would be very cool, actually. I'll be totally down for that. Because like his name is weird too in the show. It's like Jod Naman or something like that. Some weird name, and it's like it doesn't even sound like our actual Jedi's name. So I almost wonder if he is just a liar, and I'm kind of hoping that's the case, and then the show could be actually interesting. But he did say, the one thing Jude Law did say is that you don't really know whether to trust him. He said that's going to be for the kids in the show and the audience. So. That's pretty cool. So that intrigues me. So I'm happy to have somebody of his caliber in here. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know what I mean? But it's like I'll
obviously watch it.
Nothing's moved the needle for me. And again, but the greatest thing is, like I said, we already don't think it's for us. So if it's not, there's no disappointment, you know, on our end. So that's the good thing, as opposed to a lot of other people who are giddy about it. Ends up being crap. They're going to be more disappointed than we are. What happened?
Good God.
I heard a noise.
No, I just got... Yeah, that was thunder. Like, it rattled my house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I had thunder going on too, but not that loud. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I heard that all the way over here, dude.
My heart just get 10 beats.
It made me jump. It startled me.
God.
Over here.
It's like, I heard it through headphones. You heard it all the way in Buffalo.
I know. This scared me over here. I was like, what the hell was that? That's funny.
Bro sitting in Buffalo, New York, and he got hit by thunder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. That did startle me. Holy shit. That was a good one. Those them angels are bowling. All right.
Steerack.
Okay. All right. Gave me a fright, Josh. Damn it. Whew, I need a smoke.
I need. Oh, here you are smoking. I'm eating Funyuns. Yeah, this is a Star Wars podcast.
It literally put my anxiety over the roof.
It did me too. I literally thought I was like driving to my house or something.
Yeah.
Or is it storming? Wait, is it storming? Checking the radar real quick. Jesus Christ!
It was supposed to storm tonight.
Yeah, PM thunder showers, 90% chance. Yeah, oh wow.
Yeah.
Where's the Doppler though? I want to see what I'm getting hit with. I want to know what's attacking me.
Holy shit! That was good.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't see so I have my window partly ajar. I can see out it. I can't even see lightning. Here we are talking about Jude Law saying, I know Lord's coming to rapture me.
Fucking John Naman or whatever. Oh, man.
Oh, that's a little ugly storm. We might get a few more jump scares throughout the night. Oh, movie news.
Yeah.
I saw Twisters.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I actually finally saw it.
I hear it's good.
Have you seen it?
No, I hear it's good.
Do you like Twister?
I rewatched it and liked it more than I remembered.
If you like Twister and the dumb fun that it is, and you just accept it for what it is, it's fun.
Turn your brain off.
Dumb fun, you throw on a slow day or throw it on while I have supper. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, fun, turn your brain off kind of movie. Just get sucked up in the Twister. I mean, that have some laughs.
Hey. Remember, find your fear and ride it.
Fair enough. All right. Look, anyway, that's my thoughts on Skeleton Crew. Probably not for me. We'll see. I hope the audience caught how startling that noise was to both of us. I mean, I'm
wondering how well it captured.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because on my end it really hit, but that just could be because I had the headphones on, and I don't know if the audience is gonna if it's gonna translate, but.
And I'm right by a window that's partially open because I have an AC unit in it, so probably why I carried over so well. But Jesus,
that was something. All right, back on track. Hopefully, we'll see. Never on this show. Never back on track on this show. But the rumor, I guess we can get into that because
rumor.
We have a rumor. So.
Well, I'm not a schoolyard boy. I'm not here for tall tales. What's going on, Dom?
So the rumor is coming from people that I usually would not give credit to, but I do got to address it because it does line up with something else that I heard a while back. So the rumor is that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be stepping down from Lucasfilm. She also does not allegedly want to be running it anymore herself, but they are kind of waiting on her to have a win to kind of have her step aside. And again, this is allegedly, the other part of this allegedly even extends to the point where she's actually not really calling any of the shots right now. She's kind of just a placeholder as a name. That she's not actually running anything at this point, which I know that rumor has been going around since freaking Last Jedi came out. But let me be clear about this as to why I think it has more legitimacy now than it did then. A couple reasons. Number one, when Last Jedi came out, they were still very financially successful as a company. And then as opposed to now where they have actually seen diminishing returns for a lot of the decisions and poor decision making that has been made by the leadership there. At least in my opinion, poor decision making, and you know, you look at something like Acolyte's viewership, and not just that, the flop of ND5, Willow didn't really hit. That was a failure of a show.
They did do Willow.
Yeah, failure of a show. Genuinely was apparently so bad.
What about Willow? I was looking forward to it too. That's the best part.
Well, I watched first episode and hated it, and then I thought the second episode was all right, but not enough to apparently keep me watching it or anybody else, because they didn't just cancel that thing; they took it off of Disney Plus. Like, it's gone; you can't see it anymore. it's
lost media.
It's gone. Yeah, it's just gone.
It's hated from existence. That's amazing.
Yeah. So there's that, and then you have
such a short-lived show.
And then I would also, you know, say, like, you know, obviously there's not a lot of income right now because they really, you know, she's kind of failed to get a Star Wars movie back in the theater since Rise of Skywalker. And we know why, because she clearly has not been able to see eye to eye with a lot of creators. Now, finally, we're getting Mando and Grogu in 2026. The thing is actually filming. There's actually a trailer. Holy shit. But either way, so this is why I wanted to bring this up, because I had heard before Indy 5 from pretty good places that she was going to leave after Indy 5. But I had also heard at the same time they were damn sure Indy 5 was a hit. So it does kind of line up that maybe she really was going to step down after Indy 5. Granted that Indy 5 was a hit, which they were pretty sure it was.
Your hope is Indy 5. Like, you're like, don't worry, we got this Indiana Jones 5 right over here.
Right.
The kids will love it.
Right.
Meanwhile, Kevin Feige has so many W's, he's about to open up a website.
Yeah. And I'm genuinely, like, at the point where it's like, it's really because of me hearing that before Indy 5 had even released. And then, of course, Indy 5 flops and she doesn't step down. It's like, at this point, it's not out of the realm of possibility that this is actually the case. And I do get it. And I'll tell you what it is. I mean, it is the legacy thing. I mean, she's a phenomenal producer. I'm not saying studio head or creative head. She's a phenomenal movie producer. And she has a really good resume and a really good legacy in that sense. So, to me, it does make sense, you know, like that they wouldn't want to, like, you know, have her being let go be the headline, you know, rather her stepping down after a big win, you know. And I actually, at this point, I don't think it has to be a big win. I just think it has to be something that's profitable. Like, I think if Mando and Grogu makes money, she'll be out. She'll step down. And if you want my thoughts on it, genuinely, I do think she needs to step down. I've been saying that for a while now. I think she's a wonderful producer, but she's not a good studio head. And you know, I could see why George sold the company to her 100%. It makes sense, but it also, at the same time, I just don't think that she's done a great job managing this thing. I mean, I think most of us agree with that at this point, right? I mean, even if you're like a fan of all the things Star Wars right now, like, let's say you're that guy, right? Or girl, and you're a fan of all the things Star Wars right now, and that's great. I'm happy for you. But even if you are,
Dom, why did you describe yourself?
I didn't like Acolyte.
I must calm down. Quit yelling, God.
I didn't yell. Anyway,
you do. Trust me, audience. He edited it out. He started screaming.
I didn't like Acolyte. I think Obi-Wan was a disappointment. I didn't like Mando season 3. I didn't like Boba Fett. So yeah. Anywho, So even if you are that person though that did like all those, more power to you. You can't deny the fact that she's failed to get a movie in theaters since 2019, which is not good management. You can't deny that profits have gone down for the company, and regardless. So when you look at it from a business standpoint, it does make sense. But what do you think, Josh? Do you think this is actually the case, that she's going to step down?
I feel really bad for whoever. I don't care who you are. Any living human being should not have to sit there and wait for Star Wars to get a W for you to retire.
Well, that goes into the extension of the rumor. And again, I preface this with allegedly. She's going to... She's not actually calling any shots right now.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying in general, like, oh, we'll let her go when there's a W. And
it's not letting her go; it's letting her step down.
Well, letting her go, let her step down, whatever. It's the same diff. She's not. It's a bye, Felicia. Have a good one.
It's gonna make a difference, though, for her trying to do something after Lucasfilm, like for resume purposes. Oh yeah, I think she'll produce movies.
She's in her 70s. I don't think she's gonna be.
I think she'll still produce movies. Yeah.
I feel like I would just, me personally, I would hang up the hat. I would just say, you know what? I'm not Kathleen 70 Kennedy. Years old. Well, give her a jingle, would you?
No, I don't know, but I'm saying I think she'll produce stuff. Yeah, by all means, I think she should. I think honestly, what I would do if I was her, and after Lucasfilm, is I would actually just open up my own studio.
Let's get conspiracy of conspiracy.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want to leave. And then what it is she's like, okay, or if I get another W, they'll let me go. I'll do Indiana Jones 5 and Willow. That'll get them. I'll be here forever.
But that's the crazy part of it, is like, if I'm her, you're not wrong though, but in the sense that, like, if I'm her, I don't want to sit there and take hit after hit. And by hit, I mean beating after beating. I'm just saying that nicely. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to just sit there and take the L over and over and over again. But then that also leads me to, well, maybe that's why she's there, but not calling any shots. You know what happened, like, after Indy 5, right? Though this is what makes it more interesting to me, is Filoni got his promotion like right after that.
Yeah,
it wasn't long after Indy 5 that we got that news. I'm not saying he's running the studio, but I think that has something to do with maybe a change.
I think there's a lot of. I think this has more credence than any other like speculation or I heard from a person at Disney that this is happening.
Yeah,
but. I mean, I would rather like take the old like do a fun little game, and Jesus Christ,
I didn't hear that.
It's like a horror movie.
I didn't hear that one.
It's still going. Good God. Wow. It's just right. I'd rather do a old the Lord's bowling tonight, boys. That derailed me.
I get it.
I would rather like take like a dartboard, right? Like every one of us, the kids at home, you can do this too. Get a dartboard and put down a bunch of Disney projects, and then throw a dart at it. Whatever lands, that's the one you're stuck with. And then whoever gets the one that gets her to retire, you win a small prize.
I feel like they're throwing darts anyway, like the way it is. Like that's how.
No, think for you at home though. Like
I get you.
I don't even know what project it would be. Maybe
I think it's going to be Mando and Grogu. I think it's going to be
maybe
Mando.
Skeleton Crew.
I think they want financial one. I think that's what they're looking for.
I'm curious. Will Mando and Gruga have the little too late, people are tired of Baby Yoda effect?
No.
I
don't think so. No, I do think that the Baby Yoda gets people in. I don't think it's going to be $1 billion. I just think it needs to be a win, and they just needs to make money. And the other part of it is I think this movie's going to cost significantly less than a lot of the other Star Wars movies.
I thought to say, it's like, I wonder how much money they're actually putting into those.
I bet you 150 million to 200 million, which is still cheaper than a lot of them. So I
easily get that back.
I think Baby Yoda can get that back and more, and I think that's all they need. I think that's what they're waiting on, and I think that she's gone. Look, if it's profitable and she doesn't leave, then I'll come back on the show and be like, hey, I was wrong, you know. But I genuinely think that that's what's going to happen. I think that's why that's the other part of it is, remember, like, Rey was supposed to be next, and then they strangely like advanced this Mando and Grogu movie to be the next one. And I think that's all kind of tied into this. You know, I think that personally, that's my theory, is that they did tie it in to, I think they tied it in so they can get that, like, almost guarantee win. They're like, Grogu brings people in the theaters, and I do think it's like kind of a twofer. It's like the guaranteed win. Also, we don't have to stretch out a season of Mandalorian unnecessarily now. We can let Jon Favreau direct a movie. Maybe Jon is the one that takes over when she's gone too, which that would also look very good. If Mando and Grogu is the first thing if it's profitable and it brings profit back into Lucasfilm again, you can like say, okay, Kathleen Kennedy's stepping down, Jon Favreau's taking over. That'd be a really good strategy from the business end. Because people, you know, Favreau would be in people's good graces. I do think Favreau's a good fit. You know, say what you want about season 3 of Mando, I don't think it had a lot to do with him, and from what I hear, it didn't. The decisions made in season 3 of Mando. But if Mando Grogu hits, and it's back to that season 1 and season 2 of Mando again, if it gets people back there, because that was, let's be honest, that Mando season 1 and 2 was the thing that was, the fan base was starting to reunite in a good way when 1 and 2 were out. Like we were all agreeing on that shit. And I think that if this movie comes out and it's back to that, Favreau was back in the fans' good graces. Kennedy out, Favreau in. I think he's a good fit. I think he knows how to get the right people together to make a good project. I think he loves Star Wars. I think he gets Star Wars. I think he listens to Filoni about Star Wars on a lot of things for the right reasons. You know, I think him on those first 2 seasons, man, that collaboration between the two was strong. I think it makes sense. He might be calling the shots now, even Jon Favreau. I don't want to throw out a conspiracy theory, but that is part of the rumor that she might not even be running it. They didn't say who. If I had to guess, it might be Favreau, because Filoni got that promotion shortly after Indy 5. Kind of strange, right? I'm thinking.
So you're saying Metal Gear shoots nukes.
Exactly.
Okay.
What do you think, though? What do you think? You think it's a good plan? I think it's a good plan.
I think I would say no to Jon Favreau.
Why, though? I'm not against you saying no, but why?
Yeah. No, I definitely have a why. Just, you know, first off, I
have somebody else who I want to run it too, by the way. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but so people can't go, blah. It's like, yeah, you should have known about this by now. He said no to Deadpool in the Avengers, and I don't know if I can trust a man like that.
Did he really?
He showed up, and he was like, "Hey, you're not the right man for the job."
Oh,
and all
in the
that.
movie, ha.
Yeah, I don't trust him anymore. No, I mean,
gotcha.
I think he would not be he's going to be way meaner than I mean it, but better than what we're dealing with now.
I think it's a lot better. I think he gets Star Wars.
Yeah, let's just shake it up a little, you know.
Look, I'm not saying that Kathleen Kennedy doesn't.
Who's your person?
My other alternative was Tony Gilroy.
Yes, Tony Gilroy.
Did Andor.
Oh my God, more's your Andor propaganda.
And here's the thing. No, it's not. And here's the thing. I mean, I could see why somebody would actually say that. And here's the difference. So much like Kathleen Kennedy, I also don't think that Tony Gilroy really gets Star Wars. But when you listen to like the interviews with like Diego Luna about Andor, he gets the people that do get Star Wars. That's why when you go into like Luthen's shop in the show, you're seeing all this stuff behind him that like people love. Like it's very much for the fans. I think he gets it. I think he gets how to make Star Wars without actually like knowing all the lore, and I think he knows how to listen to the people that love it. Now I just don't know if he'd want it, because I think he's a creator first, as opposed to, I think Favreau's been working in the business long enough and with Disney long enough, let's be honest, and say what you will about Jungle Book and Lion King, they've made money.
I liked the Lion King.
I like Jungle Book.
I don't get the hate. I didn't see Jungle Book.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Lion King, but it was okay. It just wasn't huge. It wasn't huge.
You know what? Since we're on the topic of it, I want to mention it.
Yeah.
How adorable was live action Stitch?
You mean animated Stitch?
No, the live action version of him. Like,
it wasn't live action.
Well, it's for the live action movie.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yes. No. Adorable.
You look good.
I agree.
I loved it.
I agree.
You looked good.
No, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really am. I like Lilo and Stitch.
I do too. He's funny.
Yeah. So
he threw that book at that one fella, and that always made me laugh as a kid.
He did.
Remember that?
I do.
He yells something in like an alien language and chucks a book on his head.
Yeah, I really like that movie. I'm very much looking forward to that. But I think it's very viable that it would be Jon Favreau. And then I kind of wanted to even go a little bit beyond that, because I wanted to talk about, like, look, this is our first show together post Acolyte. And they need to start doing some serious thinking. I don't care if it's Kennedy or Favreau. Whoever's running the ship needs to really start doing some serious thinking. Look, Acolyte didn't go well for the business. It's the lowest rated thing they've had under their reign of Disney. I mean, if you're going by the audiences and the fans, and they're not happy, and the viewership was not good compared to what it should have been, or would have been had the show been just better for people. So I was gonna like run through like what I kind of think would be a really, really fantastic game plan for them moving forward. But we'll see. If it's Jon Favreau or Kathleen Kennedy, again, this would apply to either post Acolyte. What I think that they should do is focus in on the New Republic era, like really hone in, and don't go outside of it for a bit. And finish out Ahsoka. Not finish it, but yeah, finish it maybe even too.
Yeah.
But get to
that the Rebels story arc.
Start building up to that movie, you know what I mean? And like let's get it done quicker. Like when I had heard that Filoni, and this apparently it's like true, this is in the real trades here. I mean, Filoni has not even turned in that script for Ahsoka yet. It's not, doesn't mean he's not writing it, but like that script should have been turned in, you know, and that's why they didn't even talk about it at D23 at all, is because they haven't even gotten a script for it yet. Or scripts, I should say, because it takes multiple to do a show, but either way, and like focus in on that stuff, and let's get that stuff moving, which hopefully they are. And that would be where I'd go, and that would be your starting point. While doing that, let's say it is like Jon Favreau, for example, and again, this can apply to either creator or studio head. You start building your team out. You need your team, man. I mean, you got to get people in there that like are going to plan out what we're going to do after it's done. Like, start thinking ahead and make sure it's like a solid plan that we're going to, you know, keep going with. I'm saying this as somebody who actually was curious about this and thought maybe it could work. I'd scrap this Rey movie personally. Scrap it. I'm sorry. Like, we can do Rey later, but we need to get things back on track. Scrap the Rey movie. Wow,
I never thought I'd see the day.
What do you mean?
The day where you say that, I would have.
What do you mean?
The day where you say scrap the Rey movie.
Oh, that's what I would do if I was in the head. Yeah.
Wow. What a day.
Look, I was curious about it, but scrap it. I mean,
no. Yeah. Shut up. Yeah. I'm talking. I'm the captain now.
I didn't know you had more on it. Go ahead.
Man, look at this timeline. We got Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
We get the Fantastic Four with fantastic suits. Deadpool Wolverine was one of the greatest things ever made. A really good Alien movie. And now Dom said, I'd scrap the Rey movie. What a crazy cool timeline we're in. Carry on.
I don't know why that's like such a major thing for you, but okay.
If I text friends of this show what you just said, they would also.
Yeah, because you guys have assumed that, like, I don't know, Rey's my favorite character or something. That's just not the case. I'm a big fan.
You told me last night. You sent me a saying your plans for your Rey tattoo.
Oh yeah,
there's got to be yellow glow around it. It says Dom's Ray of Sunshine. I thought it was kind of cool, honestly.
Sure I'm a Rey fan, but like she's not my favorite. You know.
Well, you know where the word "fan" comes from, right?
Go ahead.
Fanatic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan.
You're a Rey fanatic. You're a fanatic.
Sure.
There you go.
She's not my favorite if I was ranking.
She's your favorite.
I don't know why that's an assumption. Either way. So, yeah, no, I would scrap that movie. I would maybe revisit it later, but scrap that movie. Oh my God,
I have a theory, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
It just dawned on me.
Yeah.
The Rey movie, so it got pushed back, right?
Well, December 2026. Apparently, it's coming out the same year as Mando and Grogu.
You know what it could be?
It wasn't that it got pushed back. It's just that Mando and Grogu is coming first now. That's all.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm looking at it now, but I don't know if this could affect it. She recently diagnosed with Graves' disease.
Oh, she was diagnosed with that back in Last Jedi. I thought I read.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was like a news thing. I was like, wait, didn't she just get a disease?
No, she's had it.
Okay. Like, so maybe I was like, maybe that's why they're pushing back because they want to make sure she's okay. Or if she can do the physical stuff she needs to do.
Yeah, from my understanding, she's had that, and like she knows how to cope with it now, kind of thing. Because she's having a good year. She's done some like
she did that swimming movie, right?
Really good, by the way. I was surprised. The one she
and then that what?
Sometimes I Think About Dying was awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that.
Really good movie. Yeah, she's turning in some good performances, and the one that she produced with her husband in whatever festival got rave reviews coming out of the festival. Can't remember the name of it, but either way, apparently she gives an amazing performance in it, like her career best. So we'll see. She's got a good year this year. Either way, I think. Yeah, you would scrap that movie and then move into, like I said, you got to start mapping out what you're going to do after Filoni's movie even. And when I say that, I mean like start getting some filmmakers together. I think the Sean Levy thing sounds promising. Him doing one sounds very promising to me. He's kind of a guy who delivers. So I think he would be a very good pick as a director. I also think that West Ball.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
She was diagnosed in September 2023, so
last year. So it was last year. Okay, I gotcha. All right, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with it, but I don't know.
Supposedly get surgeries and stuff to help with that.
Oh, what it was is she was feeling the effects of it during Last Jedi, mainly.
Gotcha.
She said she felt like she was like having holes in her stomach kind of thing. Or something like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. Anyway, so I would get like Sean Levy, which I think they already kind of got locked down apparently to do a movie, apparently, from what I understand. I would get Wes Ball. I think Wes Ball is a very good pick for Star Wars. So he just did the Last Apes movie, which was very good.
I haven't seen it yet.
So the reason I say Wes Ball, what he did with Apes, what I'll say about it is he was able to reboot that franchise while also staying true to everything that came before. Like it was a very good way to start fresh, but also keep within canon, but also just do something completely new with it. I thought he did a great job with Apes. I would look at him to do with Star Wars. Guys like that can really deliver those blockbusters and do very well is who I'd start looking at for Star Wars anything. And then I would also for TV, for your Disney Plus stuff, your Disney Plus originals, Old Republic all the way. Like, just start making some Old Republic shows. It's an era that the fans want to see in live action. And you can actually, like, you have a really fresh start. You're completely away from everything at that point. Like, you know, there's, you know, and if
are they still pretending the Old Republic game's coming out?
Yeah, they're not mentioning it, but that's I got a game review, by the way. I got to bring up here.
A game review?
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, we haven't talked about games on this show, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we haven't. Anyway, I would, I would build out Old Republic when it comes to Disney Plus stuff. Do away with the 30-minute episode model. It's just not working. You gotta look at what HBO's doing with the House of the Dragon and shit. It's working in that way, and start doing that for your Old Republic. That model works. The Andor model, and I love Dave Filoni. This is one other thing this is a note I need to give. I love Dave Filoni. I thought Ahsoka was great. It's one of the best things they've done with Star Wars. Just get somebody to punch up his dialogue a little bit. Don't have him write all the dialogue. That's one thing I would do. Like, if Filoni's going to be in charge, I'm good with him directing or whatever, but like for the dialogue parts of it, he can write the stories out however he wants. For dialogue, just needs to be punched up a little bit. It's just nobody. If that dialogue was just a little bit better, they would be nominated for an Emmy. I promise you. They would have gotten that nomination, because that shows, the storyline wise, was fantastic. Visually was very good. It had everything going for it. I think that they don't take them seriously because of that, and you need that. Star Wars needs to feel a little bit more prestigious again, and nobody's taking it seriously anymore. And you just need I'm just saying, punch it up. I didn't think the dialogue was terrible in Ahsoka. I just think you need to punch it up, and that goes for all the shows except for Andor. Tony Gilroy is the only guy that can write dialogue in Star Wars anymore. Like, I know George didn't write the best dialogue, but like, we need to evolve. Let's go.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What?
What do you mean to write the best dialogue? That dude's there's a Shakespearean of his age,
I suppose. Anyway, depending on who we ask, yes.
It's a fine writer. Thank you very much.
Oh, I mean, I think he gave us some pretty quotable lines. I'll give him that. But
you just aren't. People aren't ready or able to accept just how well written that is. They just don't pay attention.
I get you. All right, so ahead of its time, right? Anyway,
he's a scholar, man. A scholar.
I agree.
Of the human language.
Okay. All right, but. Let's just, I don't know, man. I just wanted to get tired. What do you think, Josh? What do you think they should do? What would you like to see them do moving forward? Post Acolyte, post the tragedy of Darth Plagueis.
So if I could listen, sir, and I'm like, hello, and they go, how are you? I'm like, I'm doing all right. And like, well, we would like you to pitch an idea. You get one dream Star Wars project, right?
Yeah.
I want a what if Star Wars.
Yeah, I think they could do that.
That would be the best play, because you could get people who left the franchise, like like the old bloods that don't really like the new stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're adapting. We're doing a season of What If for like a 1-for-1. It wouldn't be a 1-for-1, but adaptation of the book Heir of the Empire, or the Darth Vader story I like, where he gets the white armor and comes to Anakin Skywalker. That. You could do so much with it. You could do the concept series, like all the concept stuff, like that comic.
Yeah.
That you recently got, the Dark Horse one, where it's Luke's original idea. That just give me a what if, and then go nuts with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that could really work as well. I mean, I think
Visions was kind of it, just needed to tune it a little.
Yeah. I think the conclusion that I've come to between Acolyte and then now, I haven't seen the show yet, so I'll hold judgment a little bit, but just seeing the trailer for Skeleton Crew, they're just not making Star Wars for us anymore, and they can't forget us. They can't forget about us old fogies. You know, they need to be.
They're gonna.
And you're right about that. You know, I think a What If series could get us back in a big way. And they need to get everybody, man. They need to go after everybody. And they just haven't been doing that. They're making Star Wars for the younger generation, or trying to, and it's not working.
Hear me out. They need to do for Star Wars what Deadpool and Wolverine did for comic fans.
Yeah, they need a kick-ass idea.
Like, not even like that. Like, the movie's been out, so don't cry, spoilers. Like, they recreated, you know, when he's going through the different timelines, like half the audience in there didn't know that, oh, that's Age of Apocalypse Wolverine in there, or Patches, like all of this, like those little things, like, hey, we still care about you guys, the comic fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, oh, this is special. This is actually like crafted by people who cared about what I cared about.
Yeah, I agree. 100% no. It does need to be that way. It needs to feel like Star Wars the way we remember it to a degree, you know, and or what Alien just did for Alien. I mean, you can even go that way too. Yeah. That's why I was saying, and that was the other thing. I still think they need to. If Mando and Grogu doesn't, for crying out loud, they have to know by now that they need to do a simplistic New Hope style movie again. Like, it needs to. Just do it. Try it out. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, I think Solo tried to do something like that, you know. But the problem with that is it was attached to Han Solo. They need to do an original one, like something that's not attached to, you know, anything. And yes, Mando and The Mandalorian was simplistic in its first 2 seasons, but it's a TV show. They need to have a movie that is simple, that's not attached to anything. It's original, you know what I mean? It's not attached to the Skywalkers, I should say, or anything like that. You gotta get away from that and do just a simplistic space adventure movie in this galaxy. I think going back to the simplicity will help, and don't have it set anything up. Just make it by itself, you know.
Pretty big galaxy out there. For some reason, it keeps tying back to the same core group.
For real though. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on here a bit. But speaking of movies and stuff that they can do, we were kind of talking earlier about headlines that kind of get recycled, and then people think it's new news. And it's really not. So the Lando thing, you heard about this?
Oh, that they're not moving forward with it anymore?
Well, the show.
Yeah.
But
the with Donald Glover?
No, Donald was going to write a movie. This is what I'm talking about with headlines that get reran. So Donald was going to write a movie. The headline that people were running with is the show got canceled. Well, it's like, yeah, because Donald's writing a movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
So it kind of got like misconstrued through the headlines again. Like, people thought it meant that the whole thing was being canceled. To my knowledge, it's not. And this is the latest article that I found on this, and I wanted to read through it just to kind of clear some things up for everybody, because everybody's like, it's not happening at all, it's killed. Which, to be honest, with Lucasfilm's track record, I wouldn't be surprised if it just gets killed anyway. But I'm saying, as of right now, there's nothing set in stone saying it's dead. So let me read through this really quick.
Tomorrow's going to be announced that it was canceled. Right.
Yeah, that's possible. It wouldn't surprise me, to be fair, but I haven't read anything on that yet. So this is what it is. So Lando showrunner admits he's still grieving over canceled Star Wars project. Original Lando showrunner Justin Simeon recently opened up about his grieving process after the Star Wars series was canceled. Lucasfilm was developing a Disney Plus series that would have focused on a young Lando Calrissian from Solo's Star Wars story, with Simeon as the project's showrunner. However, the plans were eventually shelved, and the series was redeveloped into a feature film. See, it's not canceled, folks. it's just being turned into a film like Mando 4 was. Anyway, Donald Glover and his brother Stephen Glover took over the project in its new iteration. Justin Simeon is still grieving over the canceled Lando series. So that's the part I wanted to hit, just to clear that up with everybody. Like, the movie so far is still happening. Like, that hasn't been canceled. The show's been canceled, which we knew already, but people were running it as a new headline. I don't know. I hate when they do that. And then it goes through like all the trades too. Like all the tradesmen out there, like, oh, they're running it as a headline. Maybe we should. It's like, oh man, come on, guys. And it caused so much confusion, and I'm like, and again, like you said, Josh, if tomorrow they say that Donald Glover's movie's canceled, I'm not going to be surprised, but as of right now, that's not the case. I'll be a little upset because I think Donald Glover can write a pretty kick-ass Lando movie.
Oh, dude, that man's everything he touches is gold.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's one of the things I'm actually really looking forward to, and I hope that they go through with it. And also, yeah, I want to see Donald Glover as Lando again. Yes, 100%. That's the thing from Solo that, I mean, Solo was a pretty good movie, but that's the thing that really stuck for me was his Lando. I mean, let's be honest, that was such a great performance from him. I mean, I love Donald Glover. I think that's going to be awesome if it happens. So there's that. Yeah, I had a game review I wanted to throw out for you guys. So the game is Bounty Hunter, the remaster. Got to play through about maybe half of it. Really good. So Asper definitely made up for their Battlefront fiasco earlier in the year. I will say that I was very pleased with this new remaster for Bounty Hunter. Having played the original, I remember how wonky the controls were for it. It was a fun game, but the controls were pretty wonky. They've redesigned the entire controller system. It plays so much more smoother. The cutscenes are remastered in a really good way. They look very good. My biggest complaint with the game is the lack of save points. So if you start a mission, there's really no save point. You got to finish the mission before you can go back. I made that mistake. I thought it was auto saving for me, and I shut it off mid mission and like had to go back and redo the whole thing. So that pissed me off. That's one of the complaints I had. The other bug I found was just a weird, I guess called a misprint or typo, where I was trying to control the jetpack and couldn't because they told me L3 was to move the, go higher or lower with the jetpack when you were flying, and it's actually R3, even though they said it was L3. And I was reading those directions like 100 times thinking I was going insane. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I had to figure out on my own that it was R3. Those are the two glitches or bugs, or not even really bugs, but just two things I found that I thought I didn't really enjoy myself. So yeah, Josh, you gonna play Bounty Hunter? It's pretty good, man. Not gonna
I mean, I'll snag it at some point, but yeah. I just got Alien Isolation to go through. I just rebought. I'm replaying through Metal Gear Solid 5 right now, that's just so much fun. I'm trying to think, and then next week or something is Outlaws.
Yeah, Outlaws is good. I'm looking forward to that. They did just release a new planet teaser, just kind of teasing all the planets in the game, which honestly I'm kind of confused about because I actually thought that there was going to be more planets in there. There's 4. Which is
8:30. Sounds 13 days.
Yeah, there's 4 planets in the whole game in Outlaws, which I was confused about. There's more in Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor, which I'm like, I thought this
maybe because.
But maybe they're bigger.
Yeah, that's a little.
I don't know. I was a little.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's more open world.
I get, but I'm thinking like open world, we should be able to go to a bunch of planets, right? Because we're traveling to each one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, you got your own ship and everything.
Yeah, so I don't know if the teaser was only showing us a limited amount, because I assumed this game was going to be the biggest one yet, and it doesn't seem like it if there's only 4 planets. Because let's be honest, some of those planets in Survivor were pretty big. So I don't know if I don't know how this is going to be that different personally as far as that goes, the scale of it.
So when I Googled on here we go, Reddit. Let's see here. Star Wars Outlaws, 1 planet size equivalent to 2 to 3 zones, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I don't know how big that is.
Yeah, I haven't played that, so no idea.
Yeah, so that's why it helped me, but people are saying that's big.
But I will say that
there's at least 5. What they're saying, there's at least 5 planets.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this though, like Tatooine really looks like Tatooine. Like it looks really good. Like it's not like when you go to Kashyyyk and Jedi Fallen Order and it looks nothing like Kashyyyk from the movies. Like this looked like fucking Tatooine. Like they did a good job, and same with the Kijimi from Rise of Skywalker. Which to me that's a weird one to pull from, but okay. Maybe they're going to do something really cool with that planet that might even enhance that movie in any way you can, I guess. But either way, like the design of it did look really accurate and cool for Kijimi. It looked very movie accurate. So I do like the movie accuracy. I appreciate. Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws planets take 5 minutes to cross on a speeder. Is another result I just got.
That's interesting. See, like Jedi Survivor takes much longer to go through planets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know if that game's going to be a day one buy for me. I think I'm going to see how it all falls.
Yeah. I'm going to buy it day one.
I'm always wary of Ubisoft.
I'll do a day one buy, but that's just because it's tradition for me. At this point, I've bought all the Star Wars games day one since Disney. So we'll see. And also, I'm just more curious because it's like this is the first one not being done by EA in a fucking hot minute. So
yeah,
I really need to see how this goes. And I'm hoping, man. And the reviews have been good. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, the reviews have been good. Yeah.
From people who are usually pessimistic, let's be honest, like that are coming out and saying that this thing is actually pretty damn good. And yeah, I heard people that don't even like Ubisoft say those, like as a company, like they were so against this game and then they got to try it out and they're pretty happy. So
I saw G-Man Lives is a YouTube channel I like, and he was praising it.
Yeah, I watched.
And he's very, very not a fan of modern Star Wars, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah. I watch the channel Bombastic. If you guys haven't checked that out, you should. He like almost Star Wars games exclusively, and he talks about the movies and shows when they come out. He's a Star Wars channel, but not and yeah, he's usually pretty upfront and honest when he doesn't like something. So I was really surprised to hear that he was happy with this game. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, very thrilled about that. Hopefully it's good. I was just a little disappointed in 4 planets. that was weird to me. I was assuming open world it was going to be huge.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah, I felt a little gypped.
So we'll see. Maybe the planets will be.
Yeah. And maybe free DLC down the road too, hopefully.
What is free DLC? I've never heard of this.
Battlefront did it.
This is Ubisoft, buddy. This is Ubisoft.
Oh, I know. EA did it though for Battlefront and Jedi Fallen Order. So we'll see. Yeah, I know it's Ubisoft. It could be different, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I hope that they have expansions later on down the line though, so we can get the ultimate Star Wars experience. That's one of the things, though, that I did hear from the people that played it, though, is that they felt like this was going to be a very replayable game. So I think that's probably due to the side missions and stuff. And
the different factions you can work with, and you'll get different missions. Yeah.
See, that's exciting to me because I loved Fallen Order and Survivor, but once you're done with the story, there's just not. I mean, they give you side missions, but once you're done with those, I mean, even those you can get through within a week or so, and then you're done. Once you 100% them.
I wonder if this will be like a multiple ending type game too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the other ones they had New Game Plus. That was the only other appeal, where you can keep your abilities.
I was never a New Game Plus guy. I'm very much once I beat a game, it takes a lot for me to go back to replay it.
I like it sometimes, but it's got to be a shorter game, like in general. Like it's got to be like a short and simple, sweet story. Like
I am technically replaying Metal Gear Solid 5 right now, but it's also like, well. It's like a playground, really. Like,
yeah,
you pick your missions and then you go out and you can do whatever you want. So it's just fun.
I mean, I get the appeal, I guess. I mean, you go through like with this, especially with the Jedi Survivor. I mean, you go through that whole game collecting parts for your lightsaber and shit to make your lightsaber as cool as hell, as cool as possible. And then you want to play it again and imagine you couldn't play with that lightsaber you spent so much time trying to build.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. I do.
Yeah.
I just never been one myself for it.
Yeah, no. The problem with Survivor, though, it's such a long game. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do New Game Plus with it. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, I might.
I take that back. I'm a dirty liar. I have like replayed Resident Evil 4 like 100 times.
I was going to say Resident Evil beneficial for sure.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 I've replayed like 1,000 times. That's the only game I think I've done that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that Miles Morales game is pretty replayable. You can go back because it's so short.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably go back and do that campaign quite a few times if you wanted to. So yeah, I see the appeal. Anyway, moving, the other thing I wanted to talk about was I got the VR mod for Jedi Academy. There's one for Academy and Outcast, and I'm told that there's one for Dark Forces. I can't seem to find that one, but from the same person that made this mod. This VR mod is fantastic. If you guys have a VR headset out there and a PC, just get Jedi Academy for this mod. Honestly, it's so cool to play in VR. They did a bang up job on this thing. It's not going to be like the graphics wise is not going to be the level of like the Vader Immortal that they put out or something like that, but you're also getting a longer Star Wars experience out of this. You know what I mean? So it's like you're kind of trading some like graphics for a more expansive, longer Star Wars experience where you can actually have a lightsaber. They did a really nice job on it, man. I mean, I'm surprised like doing it with the Oculus, like how well they transferred it to like how well this mod like is compatible with the controllers for the Oculus. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like I'm playing a game that came out on the Oculus, for the most part. And I say it's kind of a downgrade in graphics from like the Vader Immortal thing or whatever, but it's not that bad. Like they actually did like put like a lot of detail into the lightsaber itself and stuff, so it actually feels pretty visceral. I recommend this mod. It's free if you guys can find it. It's really easy to find. It's super simple to install. It's a quick install.
Should put a link for it in the description.
Yeah, no, I'll just, yeah, for sure, I could do that, and like genuinely, it's a really simple install, and it was so quick. I was surprised how quick the install was. I can't remember the person who made the mod, but I'll shout them out in the description for sure. I'm blown away. I really am. I think they did such a great job with it, and like. It's so fun, man, and I'm really experiencing the game in a whole new way. Like you wouldn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but like genuinely, because they have put so much attention and care into it, like it really does feel like you're in that damn game. It's very, very cool. The lightsaber, like I said, the combat is great, and here's the thing though, like what's really cool about it, and this is kind of what almost makes me appreciate the game more. Because when I'm playing on like a console or just general PC, I'm typically like, I'm lightsaber only. You know what I mean? Is the cool thing. But the VR version of this almost makes it necessary to switch your weapons up, and switch from lightsaber to blaster and things of that nature. There's just some things you're not going to be able to do with a lightsaber in VR, in the VR version of it. You could throw the saber, but that shit's only going to go as far as you could throw it. You know what I mean? So if you're not going to if you got to get something at range, it's not going to work like it did in the game.
He's not hitting clicking left click or left click.
Yeah, it's not going to work that way. They did a really good job with that attention to give it that extra bit of realism. And man, I'm telling you, Josh, you got to get this. You have a VR, right?
No, I ended up giving it away, actually.
God, you wrong time, dude. You would have loved this. It's really a dream Star Wars.
The problem is I got a corgi puppy, and VR and her do not work out well.
I get you.
But yeah, I ended up giving it away though to a family member. I mean, I might get one down the road because I do miss Resident Evil VR.
So I'll say this: I've been playing this one seated. It actually works really well seated, instead of standing. You know what I mean? Because I used to play the VR standing. For most games, I play a standing. On this one, you could do either. I feel like, and it works. So I'm having a good time with it, just seated here, in this chair, just playing it. And yeah, man, it's been a blast. If you ever get a Quest 3 down the road or something, because I'm thinking about doing the Quest 3 at some point here. Genuinely, though, I can't wait. Yeah, I've only done the Academy. I can't wait to do Outcast, and I'm gonna find that Dark Forces one, because Dark Forces has to be a blast.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That sounds even more dope. So yeah, man, I'm super excited about this. This is like so innovative for me. It's like the Star Wars experience I've been looking for. Like, I love the Vader Immortal thing or whatever, but like, it's short. You know what I mean? It's a short experience. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's more of a test demo.
Exactly. It's very cool. And then the same thing, even though they expanded it a little bit, what was the other one? The Tales from Batuu. That was cool too. Again, but it's just short. It's just short experience. And as great as and real as that looks, it's short. And this was just the perfect thing that I've been looking for, to, dive into the galaxy far, far away. And it's just so cool, because you get to go to so many planets. Like, I was in Tatooine in VR. Like, it was super dope. So, yeah, guys, I highly recommend it. Now I'm on the Hoth system in VR, so I'm stoked. But yeah. Anyway, I think we hit everything. Josh, did you have any Star Wars thing you wanted to bring up? How are you doing on Plagueis, by the way? I got to get back into it.
I am halfway through it, and then I paused because I started to read 1984.
Gotcha.
So.
I got to get back into it. That's a book that he and I both want to review on the show together, talk about. And we also want to do a lot of stuff, the animated shows and all that shit. It's going to be fun. But yeah, I figured with D23 this week, we could cover that, take a little bit of a break from Acolyte. A break forever from that one. Yeah, I don't know, who knows, maybe Skeleton Crew will deliver and we'll have fun. We'll see. Anyway, look, guys, it's been fun. I want to thank everybody for joining. This has been a really good episode. I'm glad we got to cover other things today. And yeah, Josh, before we go, where can people find you?
I have one of those Twitter and or X accounts at Begotten King.
Are you active on it finally?
Yeah, I reactivated it.
Okay, I do put it in the description every time, but I never see you post, so I don't.
Oh no, that's my old account. So my old account was tied to an email that I don't have anymore. Okay. So once I got locked out, it was done, and then I went, well, there went that. And
gotcha.
Then recently, I have one tweet.
So what is the account, the new one again?
It is at Begotten King 606.
That's the one I put in.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I made it for something and then it never came through, and so I just forgot about it, but then I reactivated it. That's what it was.
Yeah. Got back on.
My old one that I used to post on all the time, that's gone. I don't know the name for it anymore, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. Got back on for the porn.
No, it was actually there's a YouTube channel I really like.
Okay.
Called Pixel Dan.
Yeah.
And he did a meet and greet, and I ran into him, and he signed a figure of mine, and he was a really cool dude. And the figure that he signed was a Danhausen figure.
Gotcha.
Because there's a little inside joke between him. Danhausen's a wrestler I like. But he signed the figure, and then he's like, "Oh, would you be okay if I put this in the show?" And I'm like, yeah, you can put in your episode. And so kind of cool. So he put a tweet out about the figure, and then I reactivated the account so I could comment on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool guy. If you guys like toy hunt videos and toy news in general, Pixel Dan, really cool channel. Fun guy.
Cool.
Very cool. Wholesome.
I haven't been on Twitter X in a minute. How bad is the porn on there? Is it littered?
I don't really go on here all that much. Like, I mean, I'll scroll from time to time, but yeah, I don't. Here, I'll do a quick scroll and let's see. Right now, it is just a lot of like alien posts, wrestling posts. Let's see here. I'll give a few more scrolls to see anything else. Mortal Kombat.
No porn yet. I'm shocked.
Yeah, enough. I'm scrolling like crazy too.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of rest.
All right.
No, like the IMAX like museum theater experience.
Oh yeah.
But the screen's insane. Someone posted a video going, "It's literally no seats are sold except the 2 front row seats," and so it's like, why would you buy those?
Yeah.
Oh god, because I saw Oppenheimer 70 millimeter because that was the only 2 seats available. It's right up front. And I still wanted to see it, and it was such a weird angle. It's so fun. But yeah, there's no porn.
Remind me.
Oh, that is fine. Oh no, I found a skeleton crew post, but it was something else.
Okay.
We had breaking news for a minute.
Oh, okay. Remind me to tell you a funny story about the theater experience yesterday once we get off air here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you guys can find me on X at Dom_Martino_, although I'm never there. Instagram, Dom_Martino_ official. And then make sure you follow the Extract Media pages up there at the top. Extract Media blog on both platforms, X and Instagram. Once again, we are on Spotify, so make sure you check us out there. We are Starlight Shadows. Thank you guys for joining. I'm Dom, that's Josh, and we will talk to you guys later.